Namaste and good morning, and a beautiful morning here. The sun is coming out. Let us do prayers to Surya Narayan. Om Bhara Bhuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhara Bhuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Welcome again to Mandir, Mother Earth, the Murti that is supporting all of us, the Murti that we need to pray to, water supporting again, so very vibrant, refreshing water, and then we have the air, again rain fell a little, so the air feels fresh, and then we look into space, and space is supporting all of these five murtis. So these are all in us. Let us worship this murti of ours that has God inside of us in the form of consciousness. We're everything. We are the whole mandir. Om Parthaya Pratibhuditam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Manusantatani Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Namo Astate Vyasa Vishala Buddhi Polala Vindayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Tutra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraye Krishna Gitamritam Duhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dugdha Gopala Nandana Partha Vatsa Sudhir Bhukta Dugdam Gitam Ritam Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kansa Chanura Maradanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Well, again after a beautiful morning of yoga, you know what yoga does? I did the video and I was saying it there, you can look at it. When we wake up, our body is in a tamasic state, a state of laziness, because it's resting naturally. So we have to come out of that laziness. And some of us, we have alarm clocks, and the alarm clocks become the enemy. Because, oh, why are you waking me up? I want to sleep more. Okay, but we get up. And then if we go and drink a nice glass of warm water with lemon and do the bathroom stuff, and then you come and you start do the yoga asanas, starting with Surya Narayan, or those adorations to Surya Narayan. What happens then, we start shifting from that laziness to the active state, or the rajasic state. And during that time, the body is very active, the mind is going at high speed, because the mind is leading all the actions of the breathing and the body. So when we're done with asanas now, we are through with the rajasic, the overactive state of the body and the mind. So we lie down on our back and we're in that sattvic state, goodness. In that goodness state, we lie down and we'll relax the body. And then gradually, when the body is fully relaxed, we exit from the top of the head. Why the top of the head? Because during the exercise, the energy from the lower part of the body, especially navel chakra, is brought up, because we want the energy from that lower level to come up. Because when the energy is in low level, then the desires, lust, greed, and anger. That's the seat of all of these triple gateways to hell. So when we move up that energy, and we know them to be chakras, energy centers they're invisible, but they're there, and they're divine powers that are existing us. When we lift those energy up to the higher part of the head, and Organa chakra, the center of the forehead, that's where we see all the deities when we do meditation. That is so powerful. But the most powerful one is at the top of the head, when you want to exit and we go into earth atmosphere. When we're there now, the body is left behind. Look how beautiful it is. I told you this before, but it needs to be said again. And then what happens? The body is left behind, and you exist as vibration, energy in earth atmosphere. And then like a rocket, you exit earth atmosphere and go into space. The element space that has all the planetary system, including ours, the sun and the nine planets around the sun. And then we go beyond that, and we go into consciousness. And there we exist in our original state. This is the purpose of our life, and how beautiful it is. And then we look back in our tiny little earth, we can only see it through the divine eye in that place. And the other planetary system in creation. Then we say, oh, our journey has ended, nothing more to do. And this is the beautiful state. So we need to get to that place. But this morning I want to talk about something that is very touchy and can be a little confusing. But when we get it right, it is very important for us. And it's a Gita sloka that is being given in meditation by Krishna Bhagwan during meditation. And he's telling Arja, Prasantatma Vikatabir Brahmachari Stita Nama Samyamya Matchito Yukta Ashita Matpara. And he's telling Arjun, serene, be serene and fearless. Form in the vow of brahmachari, celibacy. Subdued mind. Think of me alone, and let your end goal be me in the form of consciousness. Krishna Bhagavan is talking about himself as consciousness here. So then, this here, why is Krishna Bhagavan telling Arjuna this? And Arjuna had 4 wives and 4 sons. So he wasn't a brahmachari. Why is he saying that to Arjuna? And then he says, Arjuna, without this, it is kind of like impossible to go into spiritual life. So why am I telling you this where most of your householders and students? You see, in every stage of our life, this vow is there. In student life, it is there. That you don't have that relationship. Preserve that vital fluid, because it gives you powerful concentration, and it gives you focus, and you're not distracted. But when you don't do that distraction. In my life, imagine that it's for procreation and to fulfill that desire, but then it has to be controlled. That vow has to be observed once in a while. All right, in various ways. I don't want to get into that, because you know what I mean by that. And then when you're through with the married life, you go into this retirement life, and then it starts tapering off. And when you go into sannyas, it's completely off. And this is why credible religions have this leadership where the leader has to be in the form of celibacy. You have it in Christianity, the Pope. Christ was one of the greatest brahmacharis. And when that knowledge comes from that place of brahmacharya, then we have religion, the same thing Buddhism. The Buddha, Siddhartha, he was a prince, and he had all the luxury and all he wanted in terms of even women. But then he eventually gave that all up and got married and got a son. But then that didn't work. That when he saw the sick man, he saw the old man, the dead man, and when he saw the sannyas, then he says, I want to be like that. And that's when he gave up that desire, and he practiced celibacy, throughout until he got God realization in the Bodhi tree. So the idea that we can hurt ourselves and we can hurt society, but it's the greatest way to hurt ourselves. It's to have not practiced that form of celibacy in all stages of life. Hurting ourselves meaning that we will keep ourselves in the academic state. I hear a lot of people chanting slokas from Gita and Ramayana Chaupai, but you listen to them and they're like parakeets. You know, like the parrot saying, there's no power in what they're saying. Little memory is there and a strong ego, and it comes out like that. So this is not good for life, whether in any stage of your life. You have to go to that place where you build intensity. And Krishna Bhagavan, it is said that when you practice continuous celibacy, then you have that sixth sense, the intuitive sense, that you feel vibrations. You can move around and go to different places, like we went to the place of consciousness. You might be struggling with that because of brahmacharya. But for me, practicing brahmacharya and with the grace of the Guru, I try not to hurt myself by having bad thoughts, and every bad thoughts that are there during the previous day in the morning, they come up and you wipe them out, you destroy them through that yoga asana and the control of the mind. This is God's grace, because He knows that you're making a good effort to bring about change. And this is the power of Guru Swami Parameshananda for BHARAT SEVASHRAM. Credible religions, all credible religions, have their foundation in this celibacy. It is that how you describe a credible religion or a credible person. That it has, that discipline is there. Swami Parameshananda said, what is religion? Self-sacrifice, self-discipline, adherence to truth, and countenance, brahmacharya. And he says, what are real sins? Weakness, fear, cowardice, meanness, and selfishness. Yes, these are enemies, because when this religious practices are there, the discipline and it's not there, then these sins take over. And then when that is in the society, we see what is happening in this world. Today, let us all pray that let us all have that discipline in life, and let us move forward to our place of God realization. Bola Sisi Guru Maharaj ki jai.